Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Mel Khalid alias Captain Soil. I live in Casablanca in Morocco. I am a volunteer with Isha Yoga Center in India to support the Safe Soil movement, because top scientists are saying that today desertification is growing in the world at an alarming speed. Every 5 seconds the surface area of a subtropical agricultural land becomes sand. At this pace we only have 40 to 50 years left of agricultural soils. Then there will be a global food crisis. To mitigate this issue, Sadhguru has launched the Safe Soil movement and made policies that need to be signed and adopted by all countries of the world. These policies call for a minimum of 3 to 6% of organic matter in the soil to ensure people's good health. I do challenges to support this movement and raise people's awareness about this topic. I've started recently a new challenge which consists of running every day for 365 days, and today is the 48th day. Are you ready, guys? Let's do this again. Save soil, let's make it happen. 52% of agricultural soils in the world are already degraded. They're already in the desertification stage. Desertification leads to 6 global issues. 1. Food crisis. 2. Water scarcity. 3. Loss of biodiversity. 4. Climate change. 5. Loss of livelihood. And 6. Conflicts and migrations. These 6 global issues will only get worse over time. Let's see them in more details. The first one is food crisis. 40% less food is expected to be produced in 20 years for a population of 9.3 billion people, which means that there will be more people and less food. This doesn't sound good already, and it will definitely not look good. When there is a lot of people and less food, it means wars. This simply means wars and sufferings. And we will start hearing in the news something called the food wars. Because when food and water are rare, those who has the biggest guns will have the food and water, will have the resources. It's very important for us to mitigate the problem now while we still can, and not wait until it's too late. We still have time to change things around and solve the problem. Approximately 84 countries in the world have signed the Safe Soil policies. Most of them are the developed countries, because the level of awareness of citizens is high, and citizens were doing something called walkathon. They wore safe soil clothes, and they stood up, they did some gatherings and walkathons. It's not a protestation or a protest or a revolution. No, as Sadhguru said, Safe Soil movement is not a movement of violence. Safe Soil movement is an expression of our love for ourselves, for our children, and for the future generations. This is just a call to the leaders to make sure that there will be enough of food and water, because scientists are saying that today we are eating the food of the unborn children. We are running out of water and food. As Jim Rohn said, the American coach of personal development, before you seek the exotics, you must first master the basics. It seems like in underdeveloped countries we're doing the contrary. We are seeking the exotics first and forgetting about the basics. This is because the citizens are absent. And why citizens are absent? It's because of lack of awareness and consciousness. And soil depletion causes the lack of consciousness. There has been studies, scientific studies, showing that the land on which you walk upon, not even the food that you eat, the food that you eat is definitely factoring this, but the land on which you walk has an impact on the level of consciousness of people. The first big industries in the world are, the first one is armaments. It's the weaponry, the military. And it's unfortunate to see that top scientific researchers go first to the military. They're still seeking how to kill people well. Top scientific researchers must not go to the military first. They must go to education, to healthcare. They must go and seek how to improve people's lives and not how to destroy people's lives or to kill lives. We've had enough of killing during the First and the Second World Wars. And a third world war would be too much devastating and destroying for us. We could not allow such things to happen. The importance of history is to learn from it and not still keep repeating the same mistakes of the past over and over and over. We've had enough of sufferings. As Bob Marley said, we don't need more trouble. What we need is love. And right now, this love is absent. Because today, 2 billion people in the world suffer already from nutritional deficiencies, which leads to multitude of diseases. Not only this, today we have food to feed the whole world. We don't just have food. We have food, we have the transportation tools, we have the telecommunication technologies, we have everything to feed the whole world. But still millions of people continue to die by starvation today in the world. But what's missing if we have everything? We're missing the love that Bob Marley talked about. Where is the love? The love must be in the people's hearts, especially in the hearts of the leaders. Unfortunately, most of the leaders don't have the love. They're actually, on contrary, they are narcissistic people. And they're parts of the hidden societies such as the Illuminati, the Freemason and Yale. And they're wanting to implement the New World Order. And they have plans and agendas. Plans such as the pandemic. If we are unconscious, they will keep applying their plans and agendas on us. But if we are aware and conscious, we will say to them, stop. Stop this nonsense. Stop these man-made viruses, coronavirus, something virus, and these vaccines, which are there to block our DNA, because less than 10% of the human DNA is activated, and 90%, more than 90% of it is still dormant. And the vaccine has for role to block the dormant DNA, to keep it dormant, so that you don't activate it. But what's in there? There are hidden superpowers in the DNA of humanity. The junk scientists, some scientists of the Matrix, they call this huge part, this huge dormant part of the human DNA, they call it the junk DNA. They are the junk scientists because they're working for the the other side, the cabal, the hidden societies. They're there to cover up the truth, to twist the truth, and to mix lies and truth, to keep people confused, to keep people in darkness, to keep people unaware, unconscious. This is why it is very important to be conscious, to be aware, to know where this world is going to, so that you must know that the hidden societies, the lobbies, they are taking us towards the slaughterhouse like sheep. We should not allow these things to happen. You should not live according to somebody else's agendas or plans. You should live according to your plans, to your agendas. It's your life. Your life is your making. The first biggest industries, as I said, are first the weaponry, the armaments. The second one is alcohol and cigarettes. These biggest industries show the case of the world. We've hit the rock bottom when it comes to unconsciousness, self-hatred, when it comes to losing ourselves. We've hit the rock bottom. I think there is no other deeper level than this. As I said, the second biggest industry, this is what people are encouraging as industries in the world. First one is military, second one is alcohol and cigarettes. The third one is the big pharma, the industry of medicines. So this shows the case of humanity today. Today humanity is violent, full of hatred for self and others and everything. By wars, it's absent, unconscious, unaware, by using cigarettes and alcohol and drugs. And humanity is physically and mentally ill. They need treatments to keep going in life. This has to change. These three big industries are not working for our advantage. They're destroying us, they're destroying the planet, nature, everything. And food wars are coming. We need to be aware, we need to be wiser, we need to be better, we need to be smarter. To have a better future for ourselves and for our children. Not allow these things to continue to happen. This is a satanic matrix, which means that Satan is the king here. Satan is the king of the world, but God is the King of Kings, the Lord, the Father of creation, and nothing happens here without his consent. And he has a plan for each and every one of us. Because most people won't move. Most people won't quit the comfort zone unless something hits them, push them. We should be more intelligent and smarter than this. We should move. Before we've been pushed, life will push us. It will stretch us, and it will oblige us to do the right things, whether we do it by ourselves smoothly or we do it harshly. Anyway, we're going to improve ourselves. It's better to do it now while we still have time, a gap of time of action. As Jim Rohn said, there are two kinds of pain: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Now I'm choosing the pain of discipline. Even though it sounds weird, but it's good. The pain of discipline means freedom, because you are in control. Discipline means self-love, love for everybody. And regret means slavery, because once you're in the position of regret, it's game over. You can't change anything anymore. Now we still can change. The most and urgent action to do right now is to implement the safe soil policies like the developed countries did. They have already done this. Not only the developed countries of Europe and America and the Caribbean region, also the countries, the Arab countries of the Middle East, they also signed the safe soil policies, such as Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Oman, etc. These countries, Palestine, they all have signed the safe soil policies. In 2022, while Sadhguru did the journey for soil, when he went on a motorcycle, he crossed 30,000 kilometers on a motorcycle from London to India. He crossed all these countries, and at that time 74 countries have signed the safe soil policies. And Morocco, it's been approximately 3 years that the safe soil movement has started, and they never mentioned it, not even once, even though there are 4 billion volunteers around the world following the safe soil movement. This is not a movement of a minority of people. It's a movement of the majority of people. But they're still trying to cover it so that people stay asleep, because this is the case of the Matrix. You see people with their eyes open, but they're still sleeping. They don't see the Matrix as it is. They think that this is the case of the world. This is a world of slavery. Before, if you return some hundreds of years, you would see chains on people's hands and legs, on the slaves. And now you don't see the chains anymore, because it is called the modern slavery system. The chains have become invisible. Where are the chains? The chains are here in the human mind, in the human brain. We have limiting beliefs. We have destructive beliefs. We have taken lies as beliefs, as truths. We're living by the lies. A lie such as, we can't change the world. We're too small for that. Well, that's a conditioning. This is a lie, because you can't change the world with your small actions. If you go to the supermarket, for example, and you have the choice, because most people have two superpowers, the power of choice and the power of speech. If you go to the supermarket and you have the choice between buying a cigarette or buying fruits. If you choose to buy cigarettes, you might inspire another person who was hesitating to buy cigarettes too. But if you buy fruits, you might inspire another person and buy fruits also. So you have the choice and you have the power to change the world. This is called the butterfly effect. They say that a butterfly in some regions of the world, by the power of their wings, they could cause a hurricane on the other side of the world. This is what your actions can do. Small little actions can change the whole world, and by inspiring other people, you might be the cause and the beginning of something big, something positive, or something negative. It's your choice, it's your call. If you want good results, because there is a law, there are the 14 laws of the universe. There is a law called the law of cause and effects, or the law of karma. This law says that whatever you put away in this universe, it is the boomerang effect. It goes there and multiplies and come back to you. If you throw away negativity, you will receive a bigger amount of negativity. If you throw away positivity, you will receive a big amount of positivity, according to the law of karma. Now, the second global issue is water scarcity. Depleted soils cannot absorb and regulate water flows, which leads to water scarcity, droughts and floods. Organic matter can hold up to 90% of its weight in water and release it slowly over time. This is a big help in drought-prone areas. The third biggest global issue is the loss of biodiversity. During the last 30 years, 80% of the biomass insects living in the soil has gone. Scientists are saying that 27,000 species of life forms are going extinct every year. We're talking about billions of life forms. This is a genocide. These biomass insects living in the soil are responsible for the level of vitamins and nutrients present in our food, in the fruits and vegetables. Depleted soils means depleted food. Depleted food means depleted humans. Depleted humans means low vibrations. Low vibrations means Satan rules. Narcissistic people rule. Narcissistic people rule means more wars, more trouble, more suffering, more slavery system. When your body is in lower vibrations, you are in the emotions of sadness, sickness, hatred, jealousy, resentment. These negative feelings cause diseases, and when you are diseased, when you are sick, you go to big pharma to buy medicines to stay healthy. You keep feeding the three big industries unwillingly and consciously. They're making money and you're getting nothing but misery and diseases. This is the case of the narcissistic people. These folks have mental issues. They want the best from you. At the same time, they will give you their worst. We must know that the narcissistic or the leaders are a representation of the society. If you notice, if you see that they're liars, corrupted, it's because we are liars and corrupted. They're just part of the society. They're among us, they're us. The best way to change the world, as the great sages said, it's not by changing people, it's by changing oneself. It's by working on yourself. It's the only way to change the world. My call for you is not a call for an external revolution. External revolution is for stupid people, violent people. We're not here for that. We're smarter than that, we're better, we're wiser than that. My call for you is a call of an inner revolution. I want you to rebel against your bad habits, negative thoughts. Rebel against anything and anyone who is not helping you to grow, to improve your life, to be better, to reach your best version ever. Rebel against smoking, for example, drinking alcohol. Rebel against watching the news, reading the newspaper. Instead of watching the news, watch personal development videos. Instead of reading the newspaper and keep feeding the negative matrix, start reading business books. Start investing in your life, in yourself. Warren Buffett said he was the second richest man in the world and considered the best investor in the 20th century. Said the best investment you can ever do is the one you do on yourself. This is what you need to do. Start investing in yourself. Know that you have the most powerful weapon on this planet. It's not a machine gun or a technological weapon. It's the human mind. Your mind is the most powerful weapon on this planet because your mind has the power to create. You were not sent here to be a slave of the modern slavery system and go the 9-to-5 job. You were sent here to be a co-creator with God, to create your life, the life that you want. And if you don't have dreams and visions and goals, you will be exploited by those who have them in this matrix. This is why you need to have your own way of thinking. Think outside of the box. Change the paradigm. Most people are under hypnosis of the common paradigm in the whole world. The capitalism system, the modern slavery system. This matrix is not working for our good. We don't need it anymore. We don't want it. This matrix will lead to wars, to more wars. We don't need more wars, more worries, more travel, more diseases, more sufferings. This is fulfilling the devil's dream. As Bob Marley said, we don't need more trouble, what we need is love. Start giving love to yourself. This self-love will grow over time. It's actually the first step towards change. This doesn't come from me. It comes from the American coach of personal development, Louise Hay. She distributed mirrors in her seminars to the participants and said to them, look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I love you. Make it a habit, a daily habit. Whenever you look at yourself in the mirror, say to yourself, I love you. I know this can be challenging, I've been there. Because when you look at yourself in the mirror, the first thing you want to do to yourself is to give yourself a slap. Then you can start slowly. You might start by building a positive relationship with yourself. Imagine some scenarios, just like you were talking, if you were talking to somebody. You must say, hey Khalid, how are you today? I'm fine, thank you. And you? I'm fine too, thank you. Keep this habit for some months until you become familiar with it. Then you can move to the next exercise, which is I love you. Do it slowly. Don't underestimate the baby steps. Napoleon Hill said that the baby steps are important. They will give you confidence. to do bigger steps. This is the first exercise and the key, the first step towards freedom, the first step towards radical change in your life. What I was talking about, I wanted to talk about something, I forgot it. I'm trying to remember. Okay, I'll move on to another subject. This is the same to describe the matrix, the state of the matrix. Yes, I was talking about the mind, the power of the mind. I said that the human mind is the most powerful weapon on this planet. And it's true. Napoleon Hill said he's the writer of the book Think and Grow Rich. He said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve, regardless of anything. We don't care if it's possible or impossible. If you believe it, you will achieve it. But you must pay attention here. Possibility doesn't mean it will happen overnight. Knowing that it's possible doesn't remove the hard work from it. It depends on your dream, on your visions. And as they say, a man's magic is another man's making. There are levels here, levels of consciousness, of competence among people. We're not at the same frequency, we're not at the same level of competence. You must be aware of these things and know that knowledge is power. The hidden societies, the lobbies, the cabal are controlling the world because they have knowledge that we don't have. They have knowledge that the masses don't have. They're using this knowledge to improve their lives, to remain the richest, the dominant, the controllers of the matrix. They have hijacked our imagination since we were kids. You must know that in life there are seasons. There is a season to sow and there is a season to reap. And now they have sown in our minds negativity since we were kids, through programming, brainwashing with television, newspapers, media, parents, society, teachers, etc. Educational system. All these systems were made to brainwash us, to condition us to be negative. Now everybody in the world has a negative paradigm, and they're under hypnosis of the paradigm. They're asleep. They're not aware. They think about dreams and ideas and visions such as, I will work until retirement. They think that it's their idea. It's not their idea. It's the idea of the matrix. But they have accepted it as their own because they're under hypnosis of the matrix. They're not awake yet. They don't see the world with their third eye, which is the pineal gland. We have a gland in the middle of the brain responsible of perception and mood and etc. Other things, happiness, etc. This pineal gland is heavily attacked to remain calcified, blocked, closed. And those who have activated this pineal gland can see the matrix as it is. They're called the awoken ones. This has nothing about the woke crap of USA. We're talking about a spiritual awakening. when you realize that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are a soul, you are a spirit, you are a consciousness, you are a presence. Most people think that they're the body, they're the mind. Your body and your mind are just like your phone. They're tools given to you. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. This body is like a shirt. When you change your clothes, one day you will change this body by something else. This is called death. Death is a transition between two dimensions. Actually, you never die. You are a ghost. You are a ghost with a body. When you die, you become a ghost without a body. Albert Einstein has the best quote ever. He said, imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. And what is the life's coming attraction? It's what you attract to you, what's coming towards you. And what is it? It is your future, it is your destiny. In other words, imagination is everything. It is the preview of your future. Now, you must know that these elites of the hidden societies, they are narcissistic people, and narcissistic people crave two things: control and attention. This is all about control. Because the narcissist is a coward and a cheater. They can't play fair play game. To win, they are ready to do anything, to break any limit, just to win. They are very insecure people, very small, very weak. They call themselves the elites. I call them the elites of cowards, because you can't find more coward people elsewhere. They're all gathering in the hidden societies. So these cowards, they can't live, they can't fight with you fairly. Have a good fight, a clean fight, because you would win. So the solution for them to beat you is to program you since you were a kid, to hijack your imagination and fill it with lousy thoughts, negative emotions, negative thoughts, so that when you start creating by using the power of the mind, your superpower of creating, you create the world that they want, their matrix. A dirty world. Because these people are dirty, they're not clean. They're not clean in the heart. They're wicked. So they have done the programming and you are doing the building. They just gave the order of building a negative matrix. And who's building the matrix? The negative matrix is us. It's the people. We were kids, we were children, we were unconscious. But now we are adults, we are conscious. And now we have the power to change this. And to refuse to keep doing this thing, which is to create a world that sucks. Nothing is funny in being a slave. Nothing is funny in working hard for somebody else and not being paid fairly. It's not cool, it's not great, it's discouraging. Actually, it's not their problem, it's our problem, because we are the ones who have accepted these things to be on us. The self-hatred is so big that we have accepted to follow such rules. As Dolly Parton said in one of her songs, it's all taking and no giving. This is the modern slavery system, the 9-to-5 jobs. When you go to work for other people who doesn't honor you, doesn't respect you, doesn't give you credit for your hard work, doesn't appreciate you. Because the world is just a mirror, it's a reflection of who you are. You haven't given these things to yourself, and you are expecting others to give them to you. It's impossible. This is not how things are done here. Here, the others reflect what you are doing to yourself. They're just mimicking your vibrations. Everything that you want in life, you must first give it to yourself. It's you here. You are the hero of your story. You are the hero of your movie. You have the power. Victimhood mentality is part of the programming. The instant gratification is part of the programming of the Matrix. As I said, life happens by seasons. There is a season to sow, and there is a season to reap. And right now, we are reaping what they have sown in our minds when we were kids, which is a negative mindset. Now we need to start a new season of sowing. This time, we are going to sow our things, positive ideas, uplifting ideas, and we are going to start building positive habits. Because as Brian Tracy said, successful people, they just have successful habits. These habits is what you need to do, because successful people don't sit down to read the newspaper or to watch the television or the media. This is just an infusion of fear. They don't need this fear. Fear lowers your vibration, and when your vibrations are low, you attract more of it. They don't want fear in their lives. They read business books. They watch personal development podcasts and videos. They seek how to improve their lives. They have rules. This is one of their rules. Anyone and anything that is not helping you to grow, to improve your life, to become a better version of yourself, cut them off of your life. As Les Brown said, get the losers out of your life if you want to live your dreams, because the losers are just a hindrance in there. They're not there to help you to reach your goals. They're there to block you, to stop you, to keep you stuck like them. They have killed their dreams already by being wicked. And if you allow them in your life, they will spoil your life. You must know that people wear masks. They're not real. You might fall for the mask, but you need wisdom. This is why we face challenges and problems in life, hardships, bad situations, bad relationships. We do these things to learn, to gain wisdom, to have the knowledge, to become better, and to achieve more things. This is what we do. This is why we go through this stuff. It's not there to destroy us or to kill us. It's there to help us to grow. As I said in the beginning, there is a resistance to change in all creatures. If you are in a comfort zone, you will not just change just like that, because you are comfortable. So life throws uncomfortable things to you so that you move, you change. If you don't move by yourself, slowly, smoothly, life will push you harshly. It will shake you until you move. As Bob Proctor said, change is inevitable. Personal development is a choice. Anyway, you will change. If you don't change, people around you are going to change. If you are not willing to take responsibility for your actions, for your life, and to start fighting for your freedom. Know that the narcissistic people will not remain comfortable in their position of leadership. No, because they don't have peace inside. They are very agitated, insecure. They are boiling inside. This boiling will push them to squeeze you, to make life harder and harder for you until you begin to move. Anyway, you are going to change. This is why Bob Proctor said, change is inevitable. If you think that the world will remain the same, you're dreaming. The world will change whether you participate in it or not. If you don't participate in it, you might lose the opportunity of having the world that you want. But don't think that things will remain the same. Nothing remains the same. Everything changes. Everything is energy, and everything changes. My advice to you is to start changing too. Choose the personal development to become a better person, to reach your best version ever, to raise your vibrations, to be an inspiration for yourself and for others, to make the world a better place. The world is a dark place, and we need your light here. Everybody here has a purpose, has a calling. It's your job to find it. Find your purpose, find your calling, so that you can be fulfilled and reach true happiness. Happiness comes from the soul. It doesn't come from the surface. It doesn't come from the material things. Happiness comes from the spiritual things. You must find it some way, somehow. Keep trying to improve your life, and one day this will show up. You might not get the whole picture from the beginning. You will keep gathering the pieces, the small pieces, and one day it will make sense. The planet is dying. The loss of 80% of the biomass insects living in the soil means that the planet is dying. She died to 80% of her life. The planet is a conscious being. It's one entity. What you do to the planet, you are doing to yourself, unconsciously. We should take care of the planet. The indigenous people call planet Mother. They call it Mother Earth. In the cities, people in the cities are calling soil. They're not calling it Mother. They're calling it dirt. Because this shows the big difference in consciousness between people living in the jungle and people living in the cities. There has been studies showing that people living in the jungle are more smart and aware and conscious than the people living in the cities. The funny thing is that people living in the cities still think of the contrary. They think that they're smarter, they're wiser, they're more fashioned, they're more stupid. This is what studies are showing. And right now, stupidity is to seek the exotic before seeking the basics. And this is what we do in Morocco and in underdeveloped countries, because the developed countries, they all have signed the safe soil policies. But in the underdeveloped countries, such as Morocco, we are seeking the exotics first. Then we will regret about the basics. The basics are food and water. We need to have enough food and water right now. We need to work on these things. Countries such as France and United Arab Emirates and Palestine and Bahrain and England and Germany, they are working on their reservoirs of food and water. They are working on revitalizing the soil. And we here in Morocco, we are seeking how to bring more artists and to do festivals. Food wars are coming. You will start hearing in the news people fighting and killing each other for water and food. The most intelligent way to approach a problem is by mitigating them. This is what the developed countries are doing. Germany went too far away. Germany started teaching safe soil in schools to kids, because they know that kids are the future generations and they need to be aware of this. Here in Morocco, nobody is aware of this. Not kids, not adults, no one. This is why I'm doing this daily challenge, and I am tired of waking up early every day and doing the same thing, and my body is I have too much pain in my body, in my muscles. I need stretching, I need massage sessions. My muscles are too stiff. Some days I squeeze my legs with something, with a cloth or something, just to keep the moving. But as Jim Rohn said, there are two kinds of pain: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Right now I am in the pain of discipline, which is good. Pain of discipline means liberty and hope. I don't want to wait until I reach the pain of regret. Anyway, guys, I thank you very much for your presence, for your attention, for your follow, for your encouragements. I love you guys and I wish you the best, and I'll see you tomorrow. This is Captain Soil speaking. Save soil, let's make it happen. Salute.